Gadget! Gadget, where are you?
Is this who you're looking for?
Gadget, you naughty little dog. I was so worried about you.
Hi, I'm Miss Jean. Join me on a trip to Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear, almost clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. Join me for today's expedition in Discovery Mountain. The thunderstorm raged most of the night. For almost everyone who lived in Discovery Mountain, well, they were acquainted with this kind of spring thunderstorm, and they slept soundly. But the new arrivals to town, well, they hardly slept a wink. In the middle of the night, Jamie Simon crawled down from her cozy loft bed and into bed with her mom. Gadget woke up, howled and whimpered a little, and then found Mr. Simon and curled up at the foot of his bed. Jake Donovan was not as fortunate. All night he shivered in the damp corner of a cave in the forest on the edge of town. But now, as the morning sun rose and the meadowlarks sang their tune, Jake stumbled tiredly into Mr. Simon's store, Trekker's. He needed to warm up and to refill his food supply. And for the moment, these things seemed more important than his mission to run away.
Psst, Jamie, come look at who just walked in the front door of my store. The young man Gadget found napping in my yard yesterday. I thought he might stick around for a while. That happens in Discovery Mountain.
I can smell him from here. That guy really needs a shower.
Would you look at this?
Jamie put her book down on the counter next to the cash register. She leaned forward and watched Jake as he wandered down the aisle on the edge of her granddad's store, Trekker's. Jake opened the second of the big glass doors of the walk-in fridge, took out a carton of almond milk, seemed to smile, and then put it back. Jamie watched as Jake then walked up the aisle toward her, the store's wood floor creaking in a kind sort of welcome as he went.
Ow!
Hey, what was that?
It was just our napper. He found the chili section and just dropped a can of beans right on his foot.
Jamie watched Jake as he reached the low wooden shelf with the granola. He selected a box and gave it a shake. He seemed pleased with his choice and tucked it under his right arm. Jamie thought about Granddad's words during their visit last night. He had told her that
God just might have led this young man to Discovery Mountain.
Granddad said that God had a way of bringing just the right people to this town, the ones who needed to be here.
Organic trail mix, woohoo!
He's pretty happy with Trekker's trail mix selection.
Well, after 40 years of running this store, I do know what my customers want. Nowadays, it's organic this and gluten-free that. Whatever keeps them coming back, I say.
Look at this place. Gluten-free lemon wafers, vegan peanut butter cookies. This place has better stuff than the health food store back on 54th Street. Man, all the stuff I know they don't have in Katha or Tuktoyaktuk. All the stuff I told God I'd miss if, oranges, I haven't had fresh food in days.
Or a fresh shower.
Jamie, let the man shop. Look at him. His black hair is wet and stuck to his head. His pants and boots are soaked. His backpack is dripping water all over my floor. My poor floor. He needs to warm up. He looks like he really needs a good meal.
Oh, whoops. I guess I should have grabbed a cart after all, huh?
Young man, you look like you're ready to check out. Step right up to the counter and I'll be happy to help.
Oh, thank you, sir. This is a pretty nice store you have here, you know? Way up in the middle of nowhere. I thought I was in the wilderness far from anyone. I thought I was alone, but this is a real town with a real store. Trekker's, I like the name. And you've got my favorite organic trail mix. I'm pretty sure you can't find that in Antarctica. Oh, dear. My dear, dear trail mix. I would miss you so if I had to leave you.
Well, welcome to our real town. Glad you like my little store, Trekkers. I didn't catch your name. You are...
Oh, I'm Jake. Jake Donovan.
Welcome, Jake. I'm George Simon, and this is my granddaughter, Jamie.
Nice to meet you. This is Gadget.
Oh, well, pleased to meet you, Mr. Simon, Jamie, and Gadget, old boy.
Well, what brings you to our town, Jake? You headed up to the state campground? That's what most of our out-of-town shoppers are up to this time of year.
Nope, I'm going for a hike. Yeah, that's it. These are my hiking supplies.
Well, be careful out there today. I wouldn't wander too close to the river. Spring snowmelt and thunderstorms mean the river is very full and moving fast.
Thunderstorms, yep, familiar with those. Hey, you don't happen to sell camp blankets, do you? You know, the kind that are lightweight for hiking and really warm if you're sleeping, hypothetically speaking, in a damp cave or something?
I saw some this morning on the shelf on the far side of the store next to the binoculars and lanterns. I'll grab one for you.
You know, a lot of folks passing through here like to sit a while at one of my tables and charge up their devices. No Wi-Fi here, but you can use the electricity for free. I'll make you a hot tea while you wait. On the house.
Well, Mr. Simon, I'm going to take you up on that. My hands could use a mug of hot water to warm up around.
Here's your blanket.
All right, here's what you owe me right here on your receipt. Jamie, could you read this total for Jake? I can't quite see it. I need my glasses. You finish checking them out, and I'll put the kettle on.
Sure thing. All right, Jake, was it? You owe $23.68 for the blanket. The trail mix was $4.43.
All right, 1 hot cup of chamomile tea for you, Jake. Just the thing to warm you up on a day like today, especially if you spent the night sleeping in a damp cave. Hypothetically speaking, of course.
Hypothetically, of course. Well, thank you. Camel tea? I've never had that before. Wait a minute, it's not made of camels, is it? Of course not, no. But it's not made for camels either, is it? Oh, this tastes a little different.
Not camel, chamomile. Chamomile tea. It is a plant, same family as a daisy plant. Tastes a little bitter until you get used to it. There's some honey and maple syrup on the counter near the napkins and spoons. Help yourself.
Jamie caught her granddad's eye. She stifled a giggle watching Jake squeeze lots of honey into his mug of chamomile tea. Granddad gave Jamie a wink and a smile.
Ooh, that is better, much better. Oh, hot tea. My hands might just warm up before the day's over. Laptop, power cord, battery 1, battery 2. Now, Mr. Simon, where did you say that outlet was? Oops, I spilled some of that tea. Could you throw me a cloth, Mr. Simon?
Yeah, I got this for you, Jake. You just get all your doodads plugged in. The outlets are in that corner behind you.
Jamie giggled as she watched Jake settle in. He took up every outlet in the corner with his laptop and spare batteries. Jamie watched as Granddad wiped up the spilled tea from the wood floor. And there, hanging right around her granddad's neck, were his glasses. He had them this whole time, and so why, she wondered, did he ask her to read the number on the receipt earlier?
Granddad, your glasses. They're right around your neck. You had them the whole time.
Well, so I guess well, what do you know? Thank you, Jamie. How very, helpful.
77% charged. Yee-haw! This laptop's gonna be ready to roll again before I can drink a second cup of camel tea.
Chamomile.
Jake seems awfully comfortable with his tea and charging station in Trekkers. He doesn't seem to be too worried about being spotted or running into the forest anymore. Is there something about Discovery Mountain that changed that? Does this town really bring to it those who need to be here, as Mr. Simon had said? Well, stay with us through this short break. We'll be right back.
Well, hey there, I'm Jake. As you listen to Discovery Mountain, are you imagining what I look like? Jamie told you I look barely older than a teenager, but what does that mean exactly? Well, you don't have to guess. Check out discoverymountain.com and you can see exactly what I look like. You can meet other characters too.
Just look for the character section at discoverymountain.com.
Hello, I'm George Swanson. I play Mr. Simon here on Discovery Mountain. In real life, I work for the Voice of Prophecy, the ministry that brings you this program. The Voice of Prophecy has been around for a long time, more than 85 years. And this program is just one of several that we have available right now or are planning to roll out in the near future. I invite you to listen to our flagship program called Disclosure, hosted by Sean Boonstra. Disclosure is a 1-hour program featuring relevant topics for today. You can listen to Disclosure on all of the major podcast platforms, on iHeartRadio, and online at disclosuradio.com. You fed your kids spiritually. Now take a little time for you. That's disclosuradio.com.
Meanwhile, back at the store.
Granddad, Gadget and I are going to walk over to the hospital and say hi to Mom. I want to see how her first day working at her new job is going. Come on, Gadget, let me put on your leash. Sorry, but you'll have to wait up front. They won't let you inside the hospital. We can't embarrass Mom on the first day of work. Remember the last time you ran into the hospital Mom worked at? Paging Dr. Simon. Dr. Simon, please fetch your Australian Shepherd. We were in big trouble for that one.
Okay, say hello to Dr. Simon. Tell her I hope her first day on the new job is going well and that I'm proud of her. I need to check up on my patient in the back anyway.
Oh, Granddad, is that where she is? I wondered where those big doors at the back of the store went. I've been wanting to meet Blue Birdie.
Another day, Jamie. Now, you and Gadget run along. I'll hear the buzzer if someone comes into the store. Just run along.
Mr. Simon watched Jamie and Gadget run down the path and turn the first corner. Then, slowly, he walked out the side door of the store, turned to the right, and went around back to the big double doors of the cargo bay. It was time for his daily visit.
Well, hello there, old girl. How are you feeling today? Someone is eager to meet you. I'm not sure we're up to it just yet, though. Do you know, I couldn't read the cash register receipt this morning, even with my glasses on. No, I don't want her to meet you just yet. She'll only be disappointed in me when she does. You, old girl, are as young-looking as the day we met. We both have a few creaks nowadays, though, don't we? Let me grab my stepladder, and I'll take a look at you.
Jamie tied Gadget's leash to the bike rack outside of the Discovery Mountain hospital door. She patted him on the head and went inside to find her mom. She thought that the hospital looked like a smaller version of the last hospital her mom worked at. They all seemed the same to Jamie. The smooth white floor sparkled just like the last one and squeaked under her feet as she walked. The hospital air smelled like a mixture of bleach and floral air freshener. The same smell as every other hospital.
Jamie, you came to see me on my first day. How nice.
Hi, Mom, or Dr. Simon. Granddad said to give you a hug and tell you he's proud of you.
Oh, we'll send this big hug right back to him.
Oh, okay, Mom. Enough of the squeezing.
Come on, let's give you the quick tour. I'm in the middle of my orientation, but I want to introduce you to everyone. This is a small hospital, but they just got a telemedicine robot. You'll have to come and see it soon.
A telemedicine robot? That actually does sound cool. Let's make it a quick tour. Gadget's tied up outside, and you know him.
Jamie followed her mom around the hospital and oohed and awed appropriately over the tongue depressors and adjustable beds. She gave her mom a hug and escaped the bleach and floral-scented air. Now back outside in the clear, refreshing mountain air, she reached for Gadget's leash. Her heart beat a little faster as she realized Gadget's leash wasn't tied around the bike rack where she left it.
Gadget, where are you?
Jamie looked in the bushes behind the bike rack and turned to run down the path towards home. She heard a voice calling out to her.
Is this who you're looking for?
Gadget, you naughty little dog. I was so worried about you. How did you untie your leash?
He's a smart little guy. I was sitting over there on the bench and I just watched the whole thing. First, he flipped the leash in front of him, then he just wiggled his little body until it came loose from the bike rack. He didn't get very far. I grabbed him as soon as he made a run for it.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you were here.
He's lucky he's so cute. I got bored waiting for my dad, so I watched him instead. I'm Kayla, by the way. Kayla Lewis.
Oh, hi, Kayla. I'm Jamie Simon. This naughty but cute little guy is Gadget.
Great name. If I was allowed to have a dog, I'd name him something adorable like that too. What kind of dog is he?
He's an Australian Shepherd, energetic and smart, but you already saw that. Why aren't you allowed to have a dog? I mean, if you don't mind me asking you.
Oh, no problem. My little brother is allergic to everything. Dogs, cats, you name it. So my parents don't want me to have a dog. You're lucky.
Well, I don't know about lucky. My dad's a military chaplain. The last time he was gone overseas, he was away from home for 11 months. He was gone so long that I kept bugging my mom to get me a dog. She finally caved in and told me I could research dogs. Little did she know I already had a slideshow ready to present her. And I found an Australian Shepherd puppy for sale. My dad was surprised when Gadget welcomed him home with a big slurp on the cheek.
It's like he understands you. He just slurped my cheek. Is your dad overseas again right now?
Yeah, this time he's only deployed for 9 months. So by the time I'm almost finished my freshman year, he'll be home.
I'm going to be a freshman too. Too bad you don't live here. We could use another girl in our freshman class.
I just moved here yesterday. Apparently I'll be going to that little school, Discovery Mountain Academy. Where do you go?
I go there too. Oh, I'm so excited to have another girl. Wait until I tell the twins. We may just outnumber the boys next year for the first time ever.
I'm glad Gadget met you today, Kayla. I'm glad you were waiting for your dad. Does he work at the hospital too?
Not exactly. He's a police officer, one of 2 in the big town of Discovery Mountain. He's the tall, good-looking one. He's funny until you do something wrong. Then watch out. He's all business.
Well, I'll be sure to be on my best behavior. I'd better get back to the store now. Thanks for catching Gadget for me.
Anytime. Wait, did you say your name was Jamie Simon? Are you related to Mr. Simon? The Mr. Simon?
If you mean the Mr. Simon who runs the store Trekkers up on the little lake, then yeah, he's my granddad.
Oh, wow, nice to meet you. I've heard about you. I remember once I was in the store getting something for my mom, and he had a picture of you and your sister on the counter. He told me all about you. I thought he said you had pet turtles.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. We did have pet turtles. For a year until I had to move.
You move a lot, girl.
Oh, you have no idea.
Well, I think you'll like it here in Discovery Mountain. Just the right people seem to end up here. It's like God brings the people who need to be here.
Now you sound a lot like my granddad. He was saying just about the same thing last night.
I sound like Mr. Simon? Hey, that's a huge compliment. Thank you.
You're welcome?
Well, Mr. Simon should know. God brought him here. But you know the story. Oh, hey, my dad's finally ready. Nice meeting you, Jamie. See you around.
Bye, nice meeting you. Come on, Gadget, time for us to go too.
Jamie and Gadget walked back towards the store. Jamie almost bounced as she talked to Gadget as they walked. She felt happy, and it wasn't until she walked into the store, sat back down on the stool behind the counter, picked up her book again, that she realized just why she felt happy.
You have a good visit with your mom? You're smiling.
Oh, Mom said to give you this.
Oh, Kate, don't hug me to death now.
Granddad, do you know Kayla Lewis?
Of course. Officer Lewis's daughter. I've known that child since she was knee-high to a grasshopper. She's fond of the chocolate-covered strawberries I bring in a couple times a year from the city. She's my best customer for those.
I met her today, and it wasn't until I got back here and started reading my book that I realized something.
Yeah, what's that?
This is the first time I've talked to someone my own age so easily. I talked to her the way I always see Natasha make friends, like it's the easiest thing in the world.
Ah, I see. Your sister does have a way with people. You've always preferred the company of books and Australian shepherds to humans, haven't you?
I'm just not good with people my own age. But today was different. Talking to Kayla felt normal. I didn't feel like awkward, nerdy little Jamie.
My girl, you are special. God gave you a big heart and a big brain. Being a teenager isn't easy, but I told you, I'm absolutely sure that God brought you to Discovery Mountain.
Well, Granddad, I'm one day closer to believing that that's true.
Come on now. You haven't learned the fine art of dusting the soup cans yet. There's a great joy and satisfaction in a neatly dusted and arranged stack of soup cans. Come, let me show you.
All right, Granddad, you're lucky I'm in a good mood. Show me all about your soup cans.
Jake marched through the forest, hiking and enjoying the warm, sunny day. Finally, he seemed to be getting a break. Now, with his compass in his pocket and not out giving him direction, Jake hiked happily, unworried about which direction he was headed.
Knapsack on my back. Hey, it's that rock again with the red spray-painted zebra. I know I passed that a couple of hours ago. I distinctly remember thinking, if you're gonna bother to spray paint a zebra on a rock in the middle of nowhere, why red? I mean, why not go through the trouble of using black and white spray paint? Oh boy, I guess that means I'm going in circles again. And that I'm not in the middle of nowhere. Looks like I'm back. No, I couldn't be. I am. I'm right on the edge of that little town again. I just keep running away, running, and again. I'm right back here. God, are you trying to tell me something? Is it you who put me back on this path that keeps coming back here to this town? The organic trail mix is good, but I just have to keep running. I have to get away.
Now, Jamie may be closer to believing that God brought her to Discovery Mountain, but what about Jake? He's running away from something. We still don't know what. Now, do you have any guesses? Whatever Jake is running away from, he keeps coming back to Discovery Mountain. Is it like Mr. Simon said? Is God drawing him here? And speaking of Mr. Simon, are you wondering just who his patient is back behind the store? Well, stick around for the next episode in our series, when God asks, "What will I say?"
Hi, I'm Director Doug, Director of Discovery Mountain. When I travel, I'm a lot like Jake. I carry a laptop, chargers, batteries, and often a camera or two with me. There's a lot of equipment required to make a program like this. Are you curious about how we make this program? Visit our website, discoverymountain.com, to see behind-the-scenes videos of just how we made this episode of Discovery Mountain.
I'm Miss Jean, and you've been listening to Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. To listen to other episodes and to send us a message, visit us at discoverymountain.com or write to us at Discovery Mountain, P.O. Box 999, Loveland, Colorado, 80539. And in Canada, write to Box 2127, Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, L1H7V4. This is a production of The Voice of Prophecy. Join us again next time here at Discovery Mountain, where every day is an exercise in faith.